Hello and welcome to the KOTE 9 finals. I don't know how many out there in the lovely world out there. Do give me a shout. It is just me by myself today, so we got New York City taking on Panpaca Beacher. It is 1:45 in the morning for me. Chris is away on holiday, so it will just be me today. Do let me know if I'm having any audio issues, as this is a brand new mic, so I hope it's clear. But let me know if the ambience noise is a little bit too high as well. So, looking at today's matchups, we've got a captain red, blue, and blue complete matchup. Both teams have selected the exact same for each of their counterparts. So we're going to be going down in the captain versus red, blue, captain versus captain. Then we're going to go blue versus blue, and then we're going to go with red versus red. Well, this is actually really loud for me. Going up from that, so let's have a look at the matchups. So starting with the captain deck for New York City. Bishop. We haven't seen much of the New York City decks this season, but this seems like a very strong AOA sort of rush deck. Double H Call, World with Chota Hazari and Flexi seems very strong. Triple Whistling Dance to get some extras. The Sting could do a lot of work with the Double Nature's Call. So that is just a very nice deck altogether. And that will be taking on the Immune Hall. Ooh. I can actually boop, 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 and then I can just expand that up. And here we've got Immune Hall. So Horseman deck, we saw this one last week. Did a lot of work. But this isn't going into reversal, so this will be played by New York City. Library access efforts are good around the deck. The biggest issue, as we saw, is the artifact combination plays that can be done with the Kala Phantoms and the Whispering Willoquees. But interested to see how that game will go about. Then, moving into shot adaptive. Because it's just right. I'm turning you off for a minute. Boop. So we've got a key abduction. So in the shot adaptive, we've got a very fast deck here. Main idea behind this deck, as I was having a look at it, is to just archive up your Mars, drop it down with the Brainstem Antenna, play all your Mars, or even just get the key, then play the Brainstem Antenna on Project ZYX or something else that's got a little bit behind it. Probably Project ZYX, or even Collector Worm, and just slow away. Collector Worm's probably Project ZYX, because you can even just get the stuff from your archives. But it's got a lot of archiving power in there. So I am all down for the archiving power. So that's one. And shot adaptive for Panpaca Beacher. So this is that explosive Mike Makes Right deck we saw earlier this week. Double Grey Rider, triple Golden Aura, Dusk Witch. A very interesting deck to be put into the shot adaptive category. I can imagine that both players are probably going to go for the New York City deck. But it's whether Penchurch can take advantage of those chains. Then let's have a look at the Archon list. This double soldiers to flowers, punch rate equilibrium, double too much protect. This is just these AOA decks are absolutely spot on. I cannot these AOA decks are just absolute gold. Double streak, banish, exhume, soul snatcher. So in the Archon, we're gonna have soul snatcher. Oh, sorry, I do apologize. I've got something stuck in my throat. And I do believe that Panpaca Beach's last deck is a double Soul Snatcher. We could see a triple Soul Snatcher. I would love to see a triple Soul Snatcher. Play come down. Barehanded can make some shot work of it, but that is the only real answer. Screaming Cave will do a lot of work. It's going to be definitely a very interesting game. Boop, 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 boop. It's going to definitely be a very interesting series of games. We will be starting with the captains versus captains of Indy versus Woozle, Ripbread and Gazani, and then Geohep and Mark Pagas. We'll be starting in 8 minutes. That's 1 a.m. my time. We'll also be announcing the KOTE 9 Playmat giveaway winner, which Chris did while he was on holiday. So, fair play to Chris. Not much to go through. Mr. Woozle and Mark are having a practice game. I'm sure they won't mind if we jump in and have a quick look at that. So they're just I believe they're trying out the... Yep, there's the triple Soul Snatcher. So they're trying out the Archon game. Let's answer the question. So this is a very interesting situation, but Woozle with the single, which would be the deck that that Mark is playing, I believe. Let's have a look. Yep, in the Archon, that's what Geohype is going to be playing. Oh no, sorry. Woozle and Mark are practicing, so Woozle is currently winning with the opposing team's deck. Oh, it's already over. That's my bad. So hands will be hidden during this game because it's live. So if you have any questions, feel free to say hi. I'm going to say drop a hi. We're going to have some work done to the flat, so this is kind of a bit of a rush job. But very interesting. So looking at this lineup, look at the two reversal decks. It's going to come down to the draw. If the Sting turns up early enough, I can see what Panpaca Beach needs to do to win. I can definitely see what Panpaca Beach needs to do to win. But I'm not going to give away any. I'm not going to give any away information on my side until the game actually starts. But to me, just like they know I'm in the game anyway. It all comes down to the Sting. If the Sting turns up early enough, then Panpaca Beach should be able to delay long enough to get. It should be able to delay and get enough amber that the Nature's Call and Shot Hazaru and World Tree should be able to do a lot of work. They got Miasma, which is going to do some beautiful delay work. They got 2 Obey the Grims, Gatekeeper. It's going to be a hell of a game. And let's get started. So let's pop open these hands. Both players just explain going through pleasantries at the top here. So as we can see, Woozle's going first, extra card in hand. Definitely think about it. Okay. So Verindy has gone for the mulligan. Must not like the hand. Woozle's sticking with it. Sanctum. Ooh. Drops the taunt, so that's a very nice turn 1. Could be looking to protect some of the other cards that are going to be coming. But all about get what you can get behind there as well. If you can get the Dusk Witch behind there. Oh, you see what's... There's the Dusk Witch. Amphilaxia, Regrowth, Tentadillon, Tonga Spring. So, yeah, dropping this face is very good here. Poison Wave and Twin Bolt Initiations are the only real immediate outs apart from the Horseman. So there is an out for both. Bot Books is going to do. And there's Brain Eater. Brain Eater has this folk, so can soak up the damage. Can actually take out the Dusk Witch, but would be a very bad turn in terms of momentum. Drop Tentadillon, plays Tonga Spring, plays Regrowth. Plays Flex. It doesn't get the volume Flex because unfortunately it has to play it before Dusk Witch. There's the switch. There's the crossover. Nice quick turn. Now, the fact that Psychic Bug has been played would make me think that they don't have the Poison Wave. Oh, they don't want to use the Poison Wave here. Persistent Hunting, Knuckles, Bolton, Sucker Punch, Perplexing Sophisticality, God of Arm, Take Hostages, Psychic Bug, giving away a lot of information here. Lets the Dusk Witch live because you can see that there's only one creature in hand. That is a nice bit of information there. I had the choice to take out Dusk Witch because, you know, if you want to play Knuckles Button, you can play Knuckles Button. My goal here will be able to get my Amber Hylian, just get my Amber Hylian so you can't go for the Disruption. It's a very nice informed play. Could have quite easily backfired because Dusk Witch with the elusive would have been a lot harder to take down. Spectral Tunnel. Archaeologist. Oh, there's Bouncing Death Clock. Never mind. Trash 1, Trash 2, Trash 3, and then fight the Flex with the Brain Eater to reap further. Oh, it keeps the bot book in the road. Not bothered by the Tentadillon. Place Phase Shift. That's a nice draw of the Phase Shift. To play Special Delivery. Gets to 5 passes. Knowing there isn't anything in hand that can actually do any work here. Sucker Punch will get it killed, which allows it to be archived. Probably the best way to go here. Play Knuckles Button, play Perplexing, and then pass. Yeah. I'm just trying to keep up on Amber here, but looks like we're seeing a very New York City with very strong control of the flow of the game. They are down in creatures, but their artifacts, their artifacts are doing a lot more work. So it's definitely a close game. But at this point in time, I would say the pendulum of momentum is definitely New York's. Woozle and Panpaca Beach are being very reactive rather than proactive. Hasn't played anything over the logos. We have seen the special deliveries there ready to go, which means it can just get rid of Knuckles Bolton. But is it big enough of a threat to waste a special delivery on? Could see a Horseman. Sup, Medduffs? You've joined us for the Captain's Reversal game. Spectral draws 2 cards, staying with Logos. Quixo comes down. Still 7 cards in hand. Dr. Escator doesn't get anything, but getting to 6, very important here. We know what at least 3 of the cards in Woozle's hands are. So currently he still has a Take Hostages, a Guard of Arm, and a Persistent Hunting, plus the 3 cards that he drew last turn. Back into Shadows. Did he get a Nerve Blast? Plays the Sucker Punch on the bot button. Gotta get rid of that. Yeah, you have to get rid of that momentum. Interesting Nerve Blast there. And let's go for the Whistling Darts play. But then you could have just Whistling Darts. You could have Nerve Blast the quick. That's interesting because you could have Whistling Darts the Quixo. You could have Nerve Blast the Quixo. Whistling Darts would have done the exact same job of killing the Quixo, and then you could just fall into the bot button. But just as broad as long. God of One, Whisper Reliquary. I'm really hoping next turn just 2 Carlo Phantoms come down, and then Woozle knows they're in trouble. But Woozle taking command, Horseman of War, allowing Dr. Escator to fight. Pestilence deals 1 damage to everyone that isn't a Horseman. Doesn't go for the fight. Very interesting. Had the special delivery options. Had everything they really needed to get ahead. That's a very interesting turn of events. Woozle gets the red key. Ooh, red key. Get that house up. Whoa. It's dumb. Persistent Hunting on Sanctum. I think it's the Shadows coming up next. We have not seen a Shadows turn come. Song of Spring. Shuffle back in Phylexia. Shuffle back in Duskwitch. Nice. Woozle is ahead. Goes for the fight himself to get rid of the Doctor's Guitar. Limiting the options for next turn, but I've got it. It's got to be a Shadow's turn. There we go. Oubliette. Ghostly Hand up to 7. Calphantom 1. Not iffy. That is huge. Now here's the problem. If God of Arm can, so there we go. God of Arm can deal with that Whispering Reliquary. Untamed Ambassador, and the Gatekeeper. But the Horseman of Pestilence doesn't care about the Untamed Ambassadors. 1 Reap and they're gone. But so's the Caliphantom. Ooh. That's interesting. Can use special ability to purge 1. That's not that big of an issue. If you use your Gorm, if you've got push and vulnerability in hand, this is definitely a Sanctum turn because this Amber's about to just jump. But Woozle is ahead by a key. This could be huge. God wants to destroy God of War. Whisper will create about. If you've got push and vulnerability, that's a 2 Amber spin. Which is what I think Verindy's thinking about. Logos doesn't do anything for you here, and you are starting to fall behind in terms of control aspects. Woozle has quite demandingly taken control of the flow of this game, and if we can't get control of these Untamed Ambassadors, then they are just going to dominate the rest of this. Yep, Verindy says they're thinking. That's totally fair. I'd be having to think, is it worth sacrificing the Caliphantom to stop the house cheating? To me, it would be, especially if I can get the stealing now. But knowing that the Sting Is this the deck with the Sting? Knowing that the Sting and the two Nature's Calls have yet to be played. So looking at this card, there's a lot of cards missing, but here we go. We see the Horseman of Famine come down, destroying one of these ambassadors. Use the Recipe Wheel to bounce the Recipe Wheel. I love that play. Then use Gom to destroy their Gom. Plays Inspiration. Ready uses Naughty to steal. Roots of Horseman Pestilence gets rid of his own Califantum. That's a shame. Fight with the Horseman of War. If we see a Sting fall now, that is going to be brutal for Verundi. Woozle is more than, well, almost 2/3 through the deck, well over half. Have they got the Sting? Yes, the Sting means you can't draw. Yes, the Sting means you can't forge during your next turn. But if you've got that, if you've got the ability to cheat the way you have, knowing that Flax is still in that deck, Woozle going untamed does not have the Sting at this moment in time. That is got to be brutal for him. Needed the Sting here. Roots Sentinel, Nature's Call. Hospital bouncing everything back to hand kind of makes sense here because Hospital of Pestilence comes down. Hospital of Famine comes down and just destroys them. Yeah, it destroys it itself. If Duskwitch is in hand, then it doesn't matter. You kind of just force your opponent to go back and Sanctum. Let's Famine stick around. Plays Panpaca Anger. Duskwitch is still the smart. Plays Nature's Call again. Plays Will Tree. Seeing both those Nature's Calls come down must be brilliant for Verundi here. Seeing those come down, knowing that the Chota Nature's Call OTK is off the table would be for me. That's perfect. That means it goes cool. Now I just need to rush. Your Sting is just a dead card now. Your Chota could be of some help. But if I can threaten, if Verundi can threaten to forge on the next turn, that puts Woozle in a much weaker position, and that is what I want to see. That is what I would be happy to see here. Woozle Horseman of Famine destroys Panpaca Anger. Horseman of Pestilence won't do much. Just 1 damage to Dylan. In terms of discard, we've seen Inspiration, we've seen Horseman of War. But that's really it. We've actually got a lot of Sanctum cards left unchecked. Cutty Shield of Justice, Pestilence comes down. There's Radiant Knight, Francis, Bulwark, Potion of Vulnerability. Horseman of Death brings back War. Not going to do much here. Must have been holding that War for a little bit of time. Drops the Bulwark. The Armor is going to do work here. Bounces. Oh, that's a nice bit of disruption. Bounces the Gorm. And then passes immediately. Woozle immediately into Sanctum. Obeyed Lion, putting Obeyed out of reach. Oh, double Obeyed comes down. The issue here is puts the arm down to heal Obeyed. That doesn't matter. Doesn't boost any power. Just gives it an additional armor, which is going to make it harder to kill. But Burundi just needs to reap with the Horseman of Famine, and that will kill Lion. Then can fight with Pestilence, which would wipe out one Obeyed, fight with War, wipe out the other one. Yeah, no, that. If there's a take hostages here, Woozle is trying to stay ahead, and fair play to them. Staying ahead is what is needed here. But at the same time, it isn't going to change too much in terms of the end game. So if we're going to go Sanctum, makes sense. I want to see that take hostages get jumped. I know it's in the deck. I saw it. No take hostages. Goes for the fight with the Horseman of War as opposed to reaping with the Famine. Guess that makes sense. A reaping Famine would have got the exact same. Reap with Bulwark. This is going to easily go for the catch up. Reap with Famine. Bounces Woe Tree. No, bounces returns the Garnet Arm. Does not want to lose anything here. If Woozle can, this is a tricky predicament here because the Sting has become a lot better here. I think if we see a Sting here, then what we'll also see is next turn the death of Tantadillin, because Verdi is not going to want to leave any untamed creatures on the board. Does not want to give Woozle anyway getting to 7, because there are only 6 cards left in the deck. So that Woozle hype. And I'm going for the Whoop Whoop as well. Woozle's in a very strong position here. Umbra will need to be answered. Whistling Darts. There's the Sting. 2 Amber there. There's the Forge. 4 cards left in deck. No regrowths. Regrowth is gone. Regrowth's gone. Woe Tree has not been used. Chota hasn't been played anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. We know Duskwitch is in there. We know Flex is still in the deck. If Woozle has got... If Woozle has got the Chota, I think this might be over. Effervescent Principle isn't out, but yeah, I don't know, special delivery to deal with Umbra, but it puts you in a very bad position. Verindi is still on the back heels now. Woozle has once again just shifted control directly into his favour. Both Nature's Calls being gone is very good. Goes into Sanctum, has to have special delivery there. I guess Tentaclon only does 2, so 2 attacks on that would do the same. Reap. It's a risky play. It's get to 8, get to 7. If it had bounced the Sting, then I'd have ended the stream. No, I'm out. Untamed, Chota has me. Don't mess about. Just drop the Chota. There it is. Oh. Had to hope he didn't have it. So. Captain's game. We're going here. We're going to look at Panpaca Beach. Reversal. So, New York City take the captains. That is a very good game. Both players passing the GGs. Absolutely amazing game. Both players are just passing over. It was a really close game. Virindi started off with so much momentum, had so much power behind them, but Woozle just was able to go there, and the deck did what it needed at the last moment. Woozle just kept going for the deck, got the sting, got the Chota, and that was the win condition. They knew what the win condition was, and they played to it. Woozle knew they had to be fast, they had to be consistent, and it was so close. Chota was the only out there. If Virindi hadn't got to 7 there, Woozle could have just gone Shadow, sacrifice, sting. Now you need to answer me. Hell of a game. So let's leave for that. Let's see. Rip Red's ready. Oh, and we're going straight into the next one. Awesome. So going straight into the next game. So my prediction here was that both players were going to go for the other deck. Okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you guys can see the bids. Both players have selected Wong, which I'm going to guess is... Yeah, the Mars deck. Sandy bids 1, Rip immediately in with 2. So this is a hell of a... All the pressure on the Panpaca Beach blue now. Then he comes in with the 3 chains. How high do you want to go in this deck? It's got a lot of speed. It can if you get an early director, if you get an early researcher, you can probably counteract these chains quite easily. But Rip Red, seriously thinking this through. River goes for 4. Zanny goes straight to 6. I want to know what Rip Red's limit is here. The longer you take with decisions like this, the more you give away to your opponent, because Rip Red is showing Zanny here is they are getting close to the limit, where Zanny is basically immediately countering with another offer, showing much more interest in there, but that can be a trap as well. Two chains is the obvious limit. If I'm looking at a high roll, and I mean the highest of high rolls, where I don't see the Untamed in my opening hand, and I've got 5 logos cards, I can probably go up to 8, but pushing for like the highest of high rolls. But the actual draw power of this deck is better. Red goes to 8. The control aspects for me put this as a high 8. If you can get going first as well, it's going to be very strong, but we don't know who's going first as well either. Now Zanny's the one taking the time. I think 8 was their limit as well. I think the 6 was an attempt to push them out. Goes to 9. Getting very close here. Rip Red lets him have it at 9. Rip Red lets Zanny have it at 9. Yeah, I'd probably done the exact same. We can't see the hands, but we're looking at 4 to 7. So what Rip Red will be looking to do here now is just outpace. And if we can get... I don't know what's going on. What is going on here? Oh, it's messed up. That's really weird. I'm seeing logos when there shouldn't be logos in this one. That's really cool. That's fine. Ripper just starts with grasping vines. Goes, yeah, I can flex. If this is a direct to ZYX, no. Ops Bombardment reveals nothing, because why would you? Very interesting choice. Both players get into one amber. Goes to hell, not something you need to worry about in this deck. So what? Ripred going Brahma now. Bramo. Don't tell me you got the second Bramo. Plays the Might Makes Right very early. Plays Pound. Pound's going to do it. Lock the Titanic. So establishing board control. Very nice. Persistent Hunting going to take away that reaping capability. But Zani is just... Panpaca Anger. Oh, Panpaca Anger could be very big here. That is going to keep the logos alive. You need to be on check before... You need to be on check this turn. Before that goes down to 5 and he starts drawing an extra card, you need to be on check here. The pressure should be coming from all sides onto Zani here. Rip Red. Goalkeeper Duskwitch. And the Duskwitch goes up to 2. It's got to be Entropic Swirl. Entropic Swirl does kill Duskwitch here. Doesn't have it! Duskwitch gets to live and we'll get... Never mind, the pressure is coming from a whole new source. The Duskwitch is huge pressure. If this... Oh... Duskwitch here could be huge. Pip. Yeah, it's going to get Archive, can come straight back out. But... with everything coming in ready, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Ripper trying to consider where to go here. I don't think he expected Duskwitch to live. I honestly think they thought the Duskwitch would go down here. Zani does have an extra card here, but this Duskwitch could be absolutely huge. You just play what you've got. Free markets, game 3, get onto check, take hostages. Grey Rider? Grey Rider would be nasty. Golden Art also works. Takes Bramo. Fights Archimedes. Grey Rider. Plays the Grey Rider. Fights Bramo into Archimedes again. Fights Bramo into Archimedes. Reaper Grey Rider. Take the Reaper the Grey Rider, throw the Bramo into Panpaca Anger, take the stun. Yeah, nicely done here. There's a Pip, but you don't really care. Your creatures are getting bigger. Destroy them all. Get rid of Duskwitch. Dominator's not that big of an issue. Not when you're in this much control. Pip is still a threat. Glimmer could do it here. Pound is still in the deck. Into the fray. We do some serious work with the low of the Titanic. Relentless assault. Into the fray. Low of the Titanic. Smack Dominator. Ready up. Yep. Plays Gauntlet Command. Oh, that's nasty. Plays Tides Crag. Reap. Sazani, 0 amber, 0 creatures, 5 cards in hand, compared to Rip Red here, who is on 4 amber, 1 key, full stocked hand, and 5 creatures in play, 2 of which keep getting bigger. What can you actually do here? Where's my ambience gone? Collect Worm, Fixed Finger. Sure. I mean, are you particularly bored by this? Yeah, the Fixed Finger King, Full Moon, Regrowth, Dusk Witch. It's back. Plays damage, game 1 up to 7. Full Moon, gains 2 actually, yeah, damn. Reap with the Grove Keeper. Rip Red just asserting dominance here. Plays Into the Spider, stun the Collector. I mean, Duskwitch gets to live longer. Discards Key Charge. Now that's a flex. Could have easily taken that amber, taken the key there, but doesn't want to pay extra for it. Duskwitch actually does die again. That's fine. It's a way out. Stim Ranger deal 2 damage to a creature moving to either flank. Oh, yeah, that would. So I had multiple answers. But River gets the second key, and Zanny in a lot of trouble here. 2 chains left. Glimmer! Duskwitch! Returns key charge to hand, never mind. Rip Red. Willing. Rip with, yeah. Reap for the Goalkeeper, and key charges for the win. Very nicely done. The logo's not showing for Zanny was the big issue here. We'll come back to the game in a second. So, Rip Red with their taking down their own deck. Oh no, Rip Red won. Oh, so oh damn, Rip Red took down their own deck, which means New York City are the KOTE 9 winners. Hot damn. Oh, no, I've messed it up. Panpaca Beecher won the reversal. Yes. Never mind. That's my bad. So Woozle won, then Rip Red won, so it all comes down to here. It's too late at night for me. Yeah, because Woozle took the first game, which means it went to Panpaca Beecher. And Rip Red took the second game, which means it went to New York City. Which means that it all comes down to the red game. Which is... yeah, a little bit... They've practiced the matchup, we've seen. So where are Reds at? There have been some very good games so far. Game is up on the Crucible. In competitive. Oh, god damn it, they already started. There we go. So, let's move on to the game. Alright, so this all comes down. So, Mark's got first. And this is the double Soul Snatcher versus Soul Snatcher deck, which gets my seal of approval right away. God, I love Soul Snatcher. Both players consider options very carefully. Start off with Succubus, not a bad start. The too much to protect might be the decider here. If the Soul Snatchers come down, we saw both Soul Snatchers come down during the D20 Primus game, and that turned out to be one of the mistakes. So it all comes down to these. The Soul Snatchers are definitely going to come down from Geo. Answers a Succubus with a Streak and a Amber Imp. Discards on Gateway. So isn't going to be limiting Mark this turn, but is setting it up. That is a big Succubus. 8 power. Ganga Chieftain. Doesn't matter, they're both elusive. Plays another Blood of Titans. This is the very interesting part. This is a very fighty deck that Mark's got. Faghouse putting the Streak on notice. Plays such as just for the Amber. Nature's Call, bounce the Ganga Chieftain and the Succubus. Meaning that basically saying you need to have an answer or you're going to have to sacrifice into my Fanghouse. Punch. Perfectly acceptable answer. Ganga Chieftain comes down. So no other Bromna creatures were found and did not want to lose that on the draw. Knuckles. But establishing a very nice board here from Geo. Plays the Throwing Stars. That's 1 damage to Ganga Chieftain. But it makes Fanghouse a lot scarier if it can get an extra damage on there. Plays Fence. What captures do we have in this deck? I'm not seeing any captures. Fence might not be. Yeah, Fence hasn't really got any strength to it. We've done. Get rid of Umbra. Umbra's a big threat, but Mark. Establishing control of Amber is on 4-2. Board fairly even. Fence not really going to be doing much because there's not any capture. But oh no, the Skeleton Key. But Skeleton Key isn't down at the minute. So very interesting game. Both Ganga Chiefs down, Gauntlet Command's down, but the double Ganga Chieftain not getting the real value. What to do here? All comes down to what's in the hand. Usually we have access to the hand, so it's easier for us to make an establishment of what we believe the correct line of play is. But here, we've got to take into account. So we haven't seen an Untamed turn in a while. We haven't seen a Dis turn in a while. Could see a second streak. Could see an Exhume. Quite possibly hold on to an Unlock Gateway as well. That everywhere would wipe out the Ganga Chieftain, do some extra damage. No Misery Exploiter, which is a bit of a shame. Banish feels kind of bad here. Exhume could be quite interesting. Especially if there's a double streak. Oh, I'm getting tired. Not good, I'm getting tired. I've been up since 6 AM. And it is almost 2 AM. Exhume streak. Dust Imp. Very interesting. Discards the Soul Snatcher. That to me is very interesting. Going for control of the hand over a generation of Amber. But if you're playing creatures like Streak and Amber Imp, then the Soul Snatcher does gain additional value. That is a very, very interesting play to discard the Soul Snatcher, knowing that your opponent is a fighty Brobnar deck. Knowing that you have cards that require being dealt with. There's Crump. Fight Streak, use Crump, Fight Streak. See, the Soul Snatcher would have helped there. You'd have gone down. You'd still go down by 1, but you'd be even at Amber right now. The Soul Snatcher makes this a lot harder to deal with the creatures you've got on board. Play Sucker Punch, 2 extra damage to Crump. Might see Knuckle Buttons coming to finish the job. There we go. Ruthless Swan Defense. Play Skeleton Key, and again, this is where the Soul Snatcher would have been so good. Because you know your opponent now needs to deal with defense. And what you've got a situation of here is, cool, you can deal with defense now and give me an Amber. I think they were worried about the escalation going out of control. Guardian Demon would have been it's really good they got rid of Crump here. Plays Dribble, nothing to capture. We might just see another Shadow's turn. Could just go Shadows, capture, move the Amber into your pool with Fence. Then Guardian Demon. Oh. Knuckles into Succubus, Reap with Ronnie, and you'll be on 7? 8? Yeah. Hell, you could fight with the Fence into Drumble. But given the arises in this deck, you kind of don't want to bait into it. $14 cards left to draw for Geo, and there are 20 left for Mark. Goes with the Fancast play. Gets rid of Succubus just purely to fight. Plays there everywhere, gets rid of the Drumble. Plays damage, doesn't do anything because nothing damaged. Plays finals. It stays exactly on 6. Playing around the arise. There's the punctuated equilibrium where we see there was an arise in hand. So it was a very good play. And all we discovered was another Amber Imp and a Bomber Venom. So Mark had lost the answer to how to deal with the Amber situation, but we now see there's only 8 cards on the draw. So these 2 much protects are going to be sitting for Geo very soon. There's your out of control. Let's go for the small cat gravity cycle. If it's Soul Snatcher here, I'm going to be laughing, but I think it's probably not going to be. The replay of Nature's Call. Wanted to bounce the Ronnie back to hand, maybe? I can see it bouncing the Ronnie here. So we switch over to small view because there's so many cards going on. See a disc turn coming in. Goes up to 8. Shuffles. Can we get Justin? Did the second arise show up? You gave away that you got the Nature's Callback. Reaps with Guardian, heals Guardian for 2, deals that to Dharma, very interesting, and passes. So let's Geoheap get the key, but Shuffles is doing work now. Untamed gets you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the goes to Shadows instead. But Untamed would get you straight to 6. I would take Shuffles off the table. Knuckles button. Take out Shuffles. Capture with the... Yep, captures. Reaper defense. Move the Amber to your pull, going up to 3. Reaper Ronnie goes up to 4. Can they get to 6 this turn? That's the question. Is it possible to get to 6 this turn? Whistling Darts. 2 plays the 2 much protect just to get to 6. 3 cards left in deck. Marks no ritual here. Not much ammo control in Brobnar, but it does have the option of the second Crump. Asking ye shall receive. Again, this is a brilliant situation where that Soul Snatcher could have been in a lot of use. You could have fallen to your opponent's units, yes, giving them a key, but stolen so much ammo from them. And Crump would not be a threat here. Mark would fight with Crump. I know I keep going about this Soul Snatcher, but I think in Geo's deck it's a lot stronger than it is in Mark's. Plays barehanded. Very interesting. So goes to 7 themselves rather than taking Geo off. I guess that's a temporary fix. But we are looking at a 1, 2. Yeah, Reap. No key cheat, but It isn't going to make that much of a difference. Reap, reap, reap. They say to Mac, you may get one key, but can you actually stop me here? And Nature's Call, bounce Crump, guiding demon back. Sits on 5. No Siphon, nicely done. Library Babble. Dexter capture another one. Stadium was huge in the top 4 game. Not so much here. Mighty Devil gets rid of 1. And now the option becomes, yeah, goes this. Has to get to 7 here. G-Heap has to get to 7 from here. Exhume's gone, but Banish. Banish should do it. So look at discard. Both Gangi Chieftains are gone, and there's one Gauntlet command in hand. 7 is the magic number here to counteract the Crump that is in Mark's hand. Plays Banish. Banish the Dexter. Plays Live. No, oh no. Banishes the Stadia. Oh, look, Gateway gets to 8. And there's nothing to fight. Arise? Trumbull? Oh my god. What are the odds there? Shuffles. Succubus full on board coming down. Steal of Souls. That is a hell of a delay. G-Heap now trying to figure out if they have a way. Can I go back to Big View? I can go back to Big View. Goodbye, love you. Play Soldiers to Flowers. But doesn't matter because Shuffles removes 1. Play Screaming Cave. Reap, 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 reap. And goes, okay, have fun with that. Gets to exactly 6. Does not want to enable TMTP either. Very interesting. Succubus is still on board, which is why Geo has only got 5 cards in hand. So did not draw, has only got what's left in hand. Needs to generate 2 amber, essentially. This is a problem. There's nothing left in the deck. So we can work out what's in the hand. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 discards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I forgot about the Apex. Play Skeleton Key because barehanded put it back in. Plays Lamintria. Now, Lamintria could be a mistake. Goes this. This was a golden opportunity to drop the Crump. Reap, 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 Get to 6. Play Screaming Cave. Very nicely done with Screaming Cave. Now, G-Hip can. The main issue is the Shuffles is digging away here. Being at exactly 6 is very good, but the main issue is the Skeleton Key is going to punish. So G-Heap going to exactly 6 is going to be punished by the Shuffles, and being at exactly 6 for Mark is going to be punished by Skeleton Key, but the TMTP is in hand. We know the TMTP is in hand. Doesn't have an option here. This has got to be a Shadow's turn. Everything's in deck. So Exhume doesn't do anything here. This is a hell of a comeback if Mark pulls this off. They've got 2, Andrew. So there's 2 TMTP decks in the New York City deck lineup. This is both players playing close to the chest. This is the perfect final game for this finals. I was going to announce the KOTE 9 playmat giveaway winner, but the games have just been one after the other. So I'll go for it after this game. And then I'm going to bed because it is approaching 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't think how many answers there are here. There's no key cheat. The fence is out. Unlock gateway doesn't do anything here. Yeah, it has to be Shadow's turn. Mark's not going to overextend. Mark knows you're holding the TMTP. He knows you're at the bottom of your deck. Mark has to know you're not going to... Mark knows not to overextend here. Sucker Punch gets rid of the Shuffles. Reap. Skeleton Key. That's ooh. Plays the TMTP to get to 7. That goes this. Arise isn't enough here. Okay, wait with misclick. Needs the Crump Ganger Chieftain combination here. It's the only answer. Ghost Logos. Does he have the double texture? Neurocypher would get him down as well. But with the Shuffles gone, I think the... Oh, this comes down to the wire. With the Shuffles gone... Plays the Stadia, discards all cards in Jumps, and so gets 1 from that. Plays Dexter, that's captured 1. Plays Bat Drone. Needs another Dexter. Library Bubble. Did he get the Dexter? Oh no way! Did he get that Dexter? Hands it back over to G-Heap at 9. Saw the TMTP go. That is... Place the unlock gateway. Put everything back, and there we go. Very well played. That came right down to the wire. The Woozle hard carry. There we have it. Panpaca beats your first time players, first time playing team, all the way through in KOTE 9 to take the win. You love to see it, and a great tribute to KOTE as we go into our final season in KOTE 10. That is absolute madness. Had library and wild wormhole ready to go. So go back to see. So Mark had wild wormhole, had library to look for this Dextra. Absolutely insane game. Oh. So Panpaca beats you. Congratulations, you are the KOTE 9 winners. I will get in touch with you tomorrow to get details and get you the lovely playmats and sleeves. Let's leave from that from there. Going on to the KOTE 9 giveaway. Chris over in Centre Parks got all the information, tallied up the results, and Red Panda 77 has won a KOTE 9 playmat and set of sleeves. If you do want to get yourself some sleeves or playmats of this art, you can reach out to Josie, our artist. We're happy to make the introduction, and she is more than willing to sell the art license for you to make your own sleeves and playmats. And KOTE 10 will be coming in a few weeks. I believe we're starting on the 14th. The format is one I'm really happy that we're doing as our last one. I can't wait to get it going. And the playmats for KOTE 10 are just as good. Our artist has done some amazing work. Thank you to all 15 of you who have joined me for this. KOTE would not have been possible without you guys, the players. And we absolutely love having you guys here. If you have any questions about KOTE 10, please drop them in the Discord. I'm more than happy to go through them tomorrow. I'm going to shoot off. Let's see if there's anyone. Let's go right over to Cam. Why not? Right, guys. I am tired. This is quite a weird one for us. I'm going to shoot off. Thanks for joining me. This will be replayed again on Tuesday at our usual time. We'll be up on YouTube. And I hope to see you all in KOTE 10. Again, it's our final one. So please help us make it a big one. And let's send this off in style. Thanks for joining me. Goodbye.